day 8 of Feminist Book Week, and this is a book that will probably be banned before I'm done making this video. And it is The Republican War Against Women. God damn it. So I just want to preface this by saying that this book was written in the 80s. This is not a modern book, but it's still relevant today, isn't it? The Christian right has co-opted the Republican Party, and now you can't be a Republican unless you're crazy. But this is a woman who was actually in politics in the 80s and early 90s, but this was mostly from an 80s perspective. She talked a lot about Reagan. I like this book because of the time period. You kind of see where it went from the Republican Party of Lincoln to what the fuck? What the fuck happened? And you see why. And you kind of see why. And she kind of talks about it in a very personal way, where this is my experience working in the Republican Party. I saw it firsthand, and this is how it's been really taken over. Feminism is not just an ideology, it is politics. It is a political weapon in a lot of ways. And this book helps to explain how and why feminist, I guess I should say, gender issues become battlegrounds for Republicans. And it's less about feminism and more about how Republicans use that ideology to their advantage, and they know exactly who to speak to and exactly how to speak to them. The only negative I would say about this book is that it's a little bit dense with her own kind of experiences. And this is very true to 90s books. Anybody who's read a lot of political books like I have knows that a lot of people who work in politics tend to go on and on. I read, God love him, Al Gore, the man can talk a lot about shit that has nothing to do with what the fuck he's talking about. just saying. It's still good. It's still a good read because it gives you this, it shows you the kind of like timeline. Okay, so here's where it started, and there it went there, and then it's there, and oh, now we're here, and now I see why. If you want to know how it was feeling then, not just an outsider looking in, and maybe this is, let me tell you the story of how this stuff happened. No, this is from somebody who was on the battleground and who was in it and was able to show you exactly how this kind of came about. And this actually kind of goes back to another video I had talking about how you've got to be careful about where you get your history from, because if all you know is about it from this one person's perspective, if you only know it from one sort of person's perspective, then you're never going to actually you might not know the truth of it. So I like that we're getting it from a woman who was in it. I think that's important. And I think I wish more politicians would do that without it being a puff piece. I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't want that. I want a down and dirty, like, this is what was going on. This is how it's been going. And that's why I like this, because this woman doesn't have any skin in the game. She's not a politician. She worked for politicians. She wasn't trying to sell anything. You know what I mean? Other than the book, I guess. It's important to understand how we got here before they take away your right to be able to, with all the banning that they're trying to do. So if you'd like to buy this book, please use the link that I put in the description, because I get a couple of pennies when you do. And or if you just use your library card, put it to good use with this book. Thanks, guys.